right. Yeah, I thought I'd carry on. I've not had time for reactions, but tomorrow I'm finishing painting my niece's room, and then so the next day it should be a good video day. But yeah, anyway, I don't know what part we're on now, but it's day 4. So yeah, let's go.
You said that you told the story about having anal in the 80s.
Oh.
He likes to have anal sex and most girls won't. That drove him crazy, the fact that you did that.
Yeah.
He liked that.
Yeah. If you would give that up for him.
You're a goer. She's switching headphones. She knows.
Yeah, I'm trying
She knows
to.
what she's doing. Go ahead. Take your time, dear. Yeah, hang in there.
Okay, there you go.
What the hell is going on?
I think you gotta hang out the rest of the day like that.
Yeah, it's fun.
yeah.
I'm ready for Halloween now.
You look
Well,
good.
Well, you know, it's in October.
Is it?
a little while.
But I know that.
know that.
Oh, I
right.
wasn't
Marion
sure.
could have added something to that conversation.
I guess what I'm going to be for Halloween.
Worry,
I don't know.
She'll see the pictures later on.
I'm sure she will.
She sure will.
Do you know a guy named Jake from Elizabeth, New Jersey?
Yes. LaMotta. He said, "Want to eat
I
rounds
don't
with you?"
Let me find out. He's got a story to tell. Jake, go ahead.
Hi, so I don't have XM radio, but my friend's a big fan of yours. He told me to call in. Years ago, when I was still in high school, actually, I worked at a shop right in Elizabeth, New Jersey. Diana, do you remember me when you worked there for 2 weeks? Do you recall working at that shop right?
That wasn't in Elizabeth, my dear. That was not in Elizabeth.
I'm from Elizabeth, but it was on the border.
Yeah, the shop right you're talking about
okay.
is the one in Garwood.
Right. Well,
Oh.
I consider it Elizabeth.
Is that close to Elizabeth?
A few towns towns away from
It's
Elizabeth.
the same one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you really are. You're
Yeah.
kind of hemming and hawing.
So what happened here?
Jake?
So she worked there for 2 weeks. This is, like I said, this is years ago, back when I was in high school. But she worked there for 2 weeks. The first week, you go through training where they teach you everything about the store. Second week, when they put her on register, the first day she was on register. First of all, let me put in mind, she was a disaster the whole time working there. But second
No,
week,
I wasn't. I was not.
Diana, you were a disaster. They talked about you like months after you left. You were the worst employee ever.
Wow.
But,
How many years ago was this?
man, I was in high school and I'm out of college now. I don't know.
5, 6 years
All
ago?
right.
Yeah.
So what happened that second day?
So when they put her on register, they teach you how to use the checkout machines. When she was processing credit cards, she wouldn't enter them to actually process the charge. People left over $4,000 worth of groceries after her second day.
Without getting any, without being charged for him?
Is that true?
Exactly. She would put the card in the machine, and that's it. She was fired on the spot. It was
Oh, lady died.
I was fired after 2 weeks of being there.
Why were you fired, Di?
That's what he said.
It was. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Whoever you are, I really don't recall who you are. What happened was no.
Let her
Seriously.
explain.
Hold on
Yeah,
a
let her
second.
explain.
What happened, Di?
What happened was a person came in with part cash and part credit.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And your till back then had to you couldn't go over $30 or something like that. It was some kind of rule or something.
Right.
And what happened was the guy behind me that was working another register. I said, "What do you do in this case?" Because I with part cash and part credit. So the guy behind me said, "Send this person to the courtesy counter. Just in other words, just charge her with the cash, and the rest of it with the credit card. You got to send it to the courtesy counter." She walked out with it. That's how I got fired. My till was $30 short.
$30 short.
Yeah.
Okay,
But this
that's a
guy
little-
is saying
No, I mean, no, seriously.
you made a few mistakes with the credit cards.
Right.
No, I just
You forgot to log in. You forgot to actually charge the credit card, is what he's saying.
No. This person, okay, like I told you, was part cash,
No,
part
I understand
part
that
credit.
part of it.
All right, but that's
it wasn't just that.
Why didn't you send him to the courtesy counter?
because the person behind me that worked longer than me over there told me to send this person to the courtesy counter.
Were you only allowed to have $30 in your till or something?
No. The 30. My till was $30 short.
Okay, yeah, no, because
Because of what?
Till.
you didn't send him to the courtesy counter that you were supposed to. Why didn't you tell him that?
I told her to go to the courtesy counter. Instead of going to the
About
courtesy,
the courtesy counter.
she left.
At it.
And
I would have left too.
that's And then when you count your till in the end,
Right with the till. I'm sick of hearing the word till. Also.
$30 short. I was the one that was.
Where was the $30
terminated.
short from?
Well, I don't know. I really don't.
How'd they know it was $30 short?
Yeah.
Because
Let
when
me give my side.
I was supposed to. What? Go ahead.
Diana, so, all right, that happened dozens of times your first day. So we had a line queue, not only at her register, but at
This
the actual
person's an
convenience
idiot, man.
counter as well. So anytime someone had a credit card, she'd have them bag up all their fucking groceries that were already on the belt and then resend them to the courtesy counter. It was a fucking disaster. She
Oh,
couldn't
my God.
do anything properly.
Well, maybe she was
They had
improperly trained.
Oh.
It was her second week there. I was fucking 16, 17 years old at the time.
Yeah, but she was improperly trained, sir.
She is literally the worst human, not the worst human, my apologies, but the worst employee that store has.
Worst employee ever.
Well,
they still talk about you
It's
over
okay.
there.
So your pictures.
They still talk about you.
And you gave it a good try.
Absolutely.
I did give it a
know.
good try. It just
Go to the
didn't work
courtesy
out.
counter.
That's all.
Didn't
Huh?
work
Go to
out.
the courtesy counter. If there's a problem, you send
throwing
them.
up-
Well, I was listening to somebody else.
What'd they tell you to do?
They told me to send the person to the courtesy counter, and that's what I did. So that's why I could move on instead of having the line. You know, the line.
Where was the
back up.
$30 short from?
See, this is what I'm trying to figure out.
She's still working it out.
All these years later.
I might have gave that even, through the course of the day, I might have gave the person a wrong change. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
So many people that it added up to $30.
Yeah. How'd they know you were short? What happened?
Well, at the end, you got to count.
But this guy's saying it was thousands of
all
dollars,
the
not
receipts and everything
$30.
like that. You have to
Yeah.
count everything, and the money that you have.
Where
in
do
your
you put
till
them?
Gotta match.
The till.
I forgot.
Shut up with the till.
Well, you want to know, right?
No, I hate the till.
Wait, what about the
You know-
till? I wasn't listening. What's up with the till? What is
All
a
right,
till?
I didn't know what the till is.
Yeah, what is a till?
That's your register.
What is?
Oh,
Just
That's
say
your
it.
register.
Why would you
Say
just
the
say
register.
the register?
Right.
My till.
It is a till.
But that's what it is. That's a till, right, Jimmy?
Yeah, it's when you do something when the cards are dealt and they know you have a certain hand.
Exactly.
That's the lingo of the trade.
So for some reason,
Yeah.
my register was short.
What is a register, though?
And-
Is that the till?
Yeah, that's the
Okay.
same
Same thing. Okay.
All right.
And I was supposed to have a certain amount at the end of my shift.
Right.
And I was $30 short, and they said,
Short.
that's it. And
Where were you short,
they
though?
took me in the office.
Where were you short to $30?
I just explained everything
I wasn't
to you.
listening. I was checking Twitter and
All right,
making
okay.
sure the phones were
well,
cool.
You have to hear me.
Yeah, where was the $30 supposed
Right.
to be?
It was supposed to be in the till with the rest of the money.
Oh, I see.
In the
Your
register with the
Till
rest of
one
the
more
money.
time.
Hey, so
Okay.
what's she saying? What
I get
she's
it.
saying, she was $30 short in cash, like actual money to money, hand to hand.
Cash.
Credit charges. So she fucked up not only the
I
credit
missed.
charges,
No, I did. I
but
did.
cash transfer.
You fucked up.
But Jake, I got
Yeah.
a question for
I
you.
did.
Why?
I did. There was-
Why the anger?
Well, all right. So during her training, I was in high school, so I was one of the kids that had to give her the tour of the store the first week. She had this cough. I don't know.
I
if
don't
she still
remember
has
him.
it. She had this cough that it would echo off the wall. You knew when she was walking through the aisles, you could hear her cough bouncing all over the store.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Threw up, like day 3 or 4, she had to throw up in the bathroom and just send her home early. She was.
Did you have to go home early because you got sick?
No.
One of those days?
No, I did not.
Maybe.
This guy.
Maybe.
First of all, I don't remember who he is, and second of all, yeah, somebody did give me a tour of the store, but not the actual store upstairs, like your break room and stuff. Because I already knew what the store looked like.
You did?
Yeah, of course I did. I used to go shopping there.
Oh.
So I already know
Did you ever
what the
think
store
when you were
looks
shopping
like.
there that you'd actually be working there?
Yeah, well,
Just wondering.
now that job, 2 weeks, what are you
Nah.
going to do?
Right.
And plus, you had to
Would you-
park. You couldn't park in the parking lot.
Oh,
You had to park because
And what were you supposed to do?
you were supposed to park at Gumpert's Field, which is
Gumpert's Field?
a baseball field, like a park over there. That's where you were supposed
Who's
to park.
Yeah,
Gumpert?
I don't know who Gumpert is.
What kind of?
20-foot walk. You had to walk 20 feet. You're fucking lazy.
It ain't that.
Why the
It's
anger,
just
though?
that-
I don't understand
it's
why you're
just
so
that-
mad
this
about
was,
it.
First of all, this was so many years ago. You guys weren't
But I don't-
even on the air back then.
I don't understand the field.
The what?
The field. This
Well,
Gumpert.
that's a park where the kids,
What kind of
the
park?
Little League
Like-
kids,
What do you mean Little League? Like
Little League kids. My son was there too. He was Little League back then.
What's Little League? Though? Is that like football or
No, that's
soccer
baseball.
or something?
That's baseball.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's a baseball field?
It's a baseball field, and nobody was playing baseball because it was early.
Right.
You
So
know,
what, you-
and that's where you had
You
to
park on the field?
No, you don't park.
Why
on
would
the
you
field.
park on the
in
field?
parking lot.
Yeah, wouldn't there be tire tracks once the kids do get there?
Yeah.
What?
The tire tracks would still be on the field, no?
You said you parked on Gumpert Field. So I would assume
That's
if-
the name of the place.
So you parked on the actual field. That's crazy.
Did Gumpert give you his
the Gumpert
permission?
That's the Gumpert Field. I can't even say it. The Gumpert Field
Gumpert.
parking lot.
Gumpert.
Oh,
I
in the
thought.
parking lot. Gotcha
Yeah.
now.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Anything else, Jay?
No, I just wanted to say my friend told me to call up. She's literally one of the weirdest humans I've ever been around. It's only 2 weeks. She's still stuck in Forbes.
Oh,
That's what she thinks of you. She just burped.
I had a sip
Belching
of
into the
ginger
Little
ale.
belch. Huh?
I had a sip of ginger ale. That's why.
No, it's gassy. It's understandable.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Don't beat
All right,
yourself.
Jake. Thanks.
Bye, Jake. Whoever you are.
All right, we have Mike Baker on the line.
Real quick,
oh, Mike.
Hold on, Mike.
can we mention the makeup artist?
Sure, of
Oh, is
course.
she leaving?
Yeah, they
I just
probably
wanted to
got.
make sure she got plug in.
Oh, okay.
They did a great
Deadly
job.
Darling on Instagram.
What's
But
your name?
Alyssa Bono, and my Instagram is at Deadly Darling.
Dudley Darling's at your makeup company?
Yes.
nice.
You did a really good job, and actually relatively quickly.
Yeah, yeah, real fast.
I have to stop it there. I think she needs to go out because she's farting. But yeah, we'll carry on. You farting? You stink, girl. But yeah, that's the reactions. Are you tired? Yeah, that's the reaction. Sweet. Alright, yeah. I was just going to leave it there, but she just went out for a wee, come back in. She was sitting by the chair. So she wants to carry on, don't you? You want to carry on so you can go to sleep on here? Like a baby. Getting too big to be a baby now. But yeah, anyway. Let's go.
Very cool.
Face painting like this all the time.
Hold on to the
Oh,
mic.
Jesus.
Right.
What? No, you couldn't hear you on the microphone. You asked if she did face painting.
Do you do face painting like this all the time? Is that what you do?
Well, this is a little bit of a special case, so yeah.
Yeah.
Today I'm doing God's
I
work.
can see that. Do you have anything to clean it off with?
It's fine.
Yes, a shotgun.
like this all day. I can't stay like this all
No,
day.
you look good. Just go with it.
All right.
And if you go to her Instagram, Deadly Darling, you can see girls in bikinis getting turned into zombies.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
We got our pal Mike Baker on the phone. Ex-CIA.
There you go, sir.
Does this come off?
I don't think you're ever ex-CIA.
True. Good point. You always got to keep your eyes open, right?
Oh, man. Gotta
Constantly keeping those eyes
keep the
open.
head on a swivel.
Mike,
Man.
Hello, Mike.
we
Hey, man, how you doing? Thanks.
Good. How are you?
well, we called you a day late, I think, because it looks like they found the plane. We were gonna get you on with your theories and stuff, but it's starting to look like this is the plane off Perth, about 1,500 miles out into the ocean.
Am I added onto that?
I know. I like how they say that. They give that description as if everyone knows where Perth is. Oh, okay.
Perth, Australia.
Perth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where Mick
Yeah.
Jagger's holed up.
Which is like southwest.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
The southwest tip of Australia.
Yeah.
No, but that's true. But I've been amazed by how everybody's had a theory.
Yeah.
And and some people have with almost no conclusive evidence to point to anything.
Right.
They've had really strong emotions about that particular theory that they've fallen down on. Right. They think,
Yeah.
no, this is what happened. And you talk to them and you say, well, look, that's a nice scenario, but that's as probable as any other scenario that's out there right now.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't know anything. But it's for me, it was interesting just how in a situation like that, everybody felt so invested in it because everybody flies. But then
Right.
after it drags on for a few days, the tinfoil hats come out and everybody starts thinking they know what the hell happened to it.
It was just an amazing display of people coming up with their own theories and then just changing them as more or less evidence came in. Mm-hmm. A lot of speculation. The terrorism angle was kind of a movie plot thing to go with. I was caught up in that one early on. It's like, oh, well, planes can't just disappear like that. But this does kind of open up some security risks. I think we saw something here. Regardless of what happened to this plane, there is a scenario where a pilot could take a plane, divert it, and use it for evil.
Well, you know what they had ever since this thing started, right? From the very beginning, you had really three basic options, three broad options.
Mm-hmm.
One was the idea of some sort of catastrophic or cascading mechanical failure.
Right.
The other was terrorism in some form and for some reason. And the third was pilot action.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that never changed during the whole course of this thing. And from an operational investigative standpoint, you know, until you get some information that looks credible and solid and points you into a certain direction and says, okay, you can take these other ideas off the table, you got to leave everything out there. And you got to say, okay, they're all possible. But it was one of those things where, you know, people couldn't help themselves. And it wasn't just as if they said, well, this is what happened. They took the plane and they landed it, you know, somewhere. Well, then people started saying, well, they landed it at a particular location. You think, well, how do you know that?
Yeah.
And it was the strangest thing. And everyone had their theory. And like you said, it does point to some issues. And I think one of the things that was for me, again, also interesting was how, you know, we had this whole, you know, crap with Snowden and the leak of all the information, and everybody assuming that NSA is constantly watching us.
Right.
So you had these people saying, well, how come the NSA doesn't just release data about all the cell phones the passengers were carrying?
Yeah.
As if that's what they do. and that story got so twisted and full of crap that, you know, again, it's to me that, you know, the story is out.
I'll stop there. I'm gonna take her out. She is fidgeting, and yeah, gonna go for a little walk. But yeah, I have to carry on. But yeah, anyway, that's the reactions. Sweet.